Hey guys! Today I'll be showing you guys how I take notes on my iPad Pro. I have the iPad Pro 10.5-inch model and I use the Apple Pencil to write my notes. I bought a glass screen protector for extra protection, but I find that it makes it a bit more difficult to write as accurately since there is an extra barrier between your pencil and the screen. I also have a Bluetooth keyboard that can connect to my iPad, which is so useful. I definitely recommend purchasing. The keyboard I bought came with a case, but I do find it a little flimsy. I'll leave a link to everything in the description below. The iPad Pro and Apple Pencil are both expensive compared to your regular pen and notebook, but I do think that if you're able to buy one, it does have a lot of benefits. I find that it helps me remember information better and lets me save a lot of paper since I don't print out any of the notes I make on my iPad or any slides posted in class because I can just annotate them directly. I also like how I can keep everything on one device instead of having several notebooks for different subjects and files on my laptop. But a definite con is that you do have to charge your Apple Pencil and iPad, which can get a little annoying. The app that I use to take notes is Goodnotes. I contacted them and asked if they would be interested in hosting a giveaway together, and they agreed to give away 5 free app downloads. Stay tuned to the end of the video for more information. Now let's get on to how I take notes. One thing I like about Goodnotes is how you can organize your notes. There are categories and I like to sort my courses into these. You also have the option to make these categories into master categories with mini categories inside. I like to do this to separate my lecture notes with other course content such as practice problems. The way I take notes in lectures compared to on my own with a textbook is very different. My professors in college will usually post PowerPoint slides that will be used in the following class online, so I will directly open that file on Safari and export it to Goodnotes. So during a lecture, I will open up the corresponding slide and follow along. When annotating lecture slides, I like to use red or blue ink because I like to quickly scan each slide and see what additional notes I added. If I were to use a black pen, it would blend in with the words on the slides and would be a bit more difficult. I like to highlight the important points during class. I use this dark red to highlight the main information on a paragraph or slide, a light gray for supporting details to the dark red information, green for important keywords or vocabulary, blue for headings, and purple for really important information. Sometimes, if a class is too fast-paced for me and I can't write down everything, I like to half write and half annotate notes using my Bluetooth keyboard I mentioned earlier. This is really convenient for classes like chemistry, where you have to draw out molecules and mechanisms and type out information. If I had a question about something mentioned in class, I'll write down the question and circle it in bright yellow. I'll then add a bookmark labeled Q so that I remember to come back to it later. Another cool thing you can do with an iPad is split your screen by opening 2 apps at the same time. If you swipe to the left, you can open other applications, and this is especially useful if you don't understand something during a lecture. You can just split the screen and look it up on Safari. Now on to how I take notes on my own. Goodnotes allows you to make separate notebooks in your mini categories. I like to use these to separate my textbook notes. There are a variety of different covers to choose from, but I just like to pick the simple ones. I like to use the app called Fonto to create my headers and title for my notebook. I just type out what I want my header to say and pick out a font, and then save it as an image. Then go back to Goodnotes and long press the screen to insert an image. Select the header image that you made before and crop it to isolate the words. There are a variety of paper options, but I like to choose the medium grid A4 size. When taking notes by myself, I will import my online textbook onto Dropbox and use the split screen function again to view my notes and the textbook at the same time. I'm using the app Fonto again to make the main heading for the notes. I'm using the same technique as before. I like to outline my headings in a rectangle and highlight them. You can draw perfect shapes on Goodnotes by clicking the button with the 3 shapes on it. I'm using the same color coding system as I do when I note take during lectures. I do find it more difficult to write as neatly on my iPad compared to on paper because there is less friction, but I think that with practice, your penmanship can get better. If I want to add a photo from my textbook into my notes, I'll take a screenshot of my iPad and then using the same technique as before, insert the photo into my notes. So that is how I take notes on my iPad during lectures and on my own. As I mentioned before, Goodnotes and I will be giving away 5 free Goodnotes downloads. The giveaway rules are really simple. Just be subscribed to my YouTube channel, follow at Goodnotes app and at FocusIGN on Instagram, and leave a comment about what you're looking forward to the most the following school year. The winner will be announced on my Instagram story. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!